I'm really ecstatic that we're back in the theater with this story specifically. I love this show. I'm excited that we're telling Harriet Tubman's story.
I got one!
For over 6 months, the historic November Theater stage of the Virginia Repertory Theatre in Richmond has been shut down. No performances on stage, no glimmer and lights, no audience in the seats due to the coronavirus. The show just couldn't go on due to COVID.
It was hard. We're in the business to be in theater and be on the stage. And so it was really difficult. We had to lay off all of our actors back in March, and a significant portion of our staff were furloughed.
Evening, old Ben.
But now those actors and staff are finally making a comeback.
If any of y'all children been around this Christmas?
I hope not. I waited all day for those boys. I'm just their old mother, that's all.
And for Sydney Graves and Mackenzie Edwards, they couldn't be more excited to be making their debut at the Virginia Rep for a set of performances in the first 2 weekends of October as they present a production of Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad.
She almost single-handedly roused up slave owners all along the Eastern Shore. We got to come in for rehearsals. I was just like, oh. It felt like coming home. It was like I didn't think I'd get to do this again, and yet here I am, back in a theater, back on a stage, like working with fellow artists and actors.
How would you like to help someone else?
The magic happens in here, the fun happens in here, the tears happen in here, and all the rest. And when it's everything you know and you built your career upon, and you get to come back and do it again, it's exciting.
I don't want to know. Don't tell me.
This past summer, the Rep was able to do a couple of shows at Short Pump Park and Springs Recreation Center in Henrico County in front of socially distanced crowds, and people who come to the theater can expect the same safety protocols.
So we have the capacity under this COVID scenario of 121 patrons. Typically, this theater holds 550 patrons, so it's less than 25%. We're really putting a lot of efforts in place to make sure that both our cast and our patrons are as safe as possible.
In 1854, she made 4 more trips down south and rescued about 40 more slaves.
For Edwards, he knows that will be hard to ignore.
You're going to realize there's pockets of audience here and there, and who do you play to and all that's a little different. But I also believe that adversity brings out the best in you and for you.
As for Graves, she says the Harriet Tubman production is more than just a lesson on the abolitionist's life.
Because she stole slaves from it like she was plucking feathers from a chicken.
It's a lesson for how we are all adjusting to the new world.
We have to figure out how to navigate this system and this world now in order to bring theater back to communities, because honestly, theater is a way of escaping, and I believe that we all need a good sense of escape right now.
Harriet Tubman and the Underground Railroad will be at the November Theater downtown this weekend on October 3rd, 4th, as well as next weekend, October 10th and 11th. There will be 2 performances each day, and tickets are still available. Julie, I can just tell you, talking to the actors, they were so excited, and this is going to be their first time performing at the November Theater, so they cannot wait to actually be back where they belong and just back in their element.
And I hadn't thought about from their perspective how a sparse audience is different to perform to.
Yeah.
He really painted that picture for me, and I thought, that is different for them too.
But yeah, they're still going to bring it.